Hello, my name is Sarah, and I'm starting a new channel about self improvement or self trust experiment, if you will. This channel is basically to keep myself accountable to myself. Yeah, I want to become a person that I trust, someone that I can rely on, someone that I would be proud of, and I feel like I haven't been successful at that. I'm constantly trying to do things to please other people or showing up for other people, showing up for work, but never really showing up for myself, never consistent with myself. I feel like I'm constantly starting over, constantly, and I'm well into my 30s. I am well into my 30s. I feel like I should have figured out things by now, but I find myself at another starting point. And there are so many things that I want to do, so many things that I want to improve in my life. And so I'm doing this to keep improving 1 week at a time, to document how I change over time, how I slowly or gradually became a person that I can look up to, you know. But yeah, just to give you an idea of the stage of life that I'm in right now is um, recently went through a breakup, and so I'm starting over in that area as well, and also trying to find hobbies that I'm really passionate about, and trying to find a community of people that I can be myself in. um, and I want to get to know who I am. I spent my 20s pleasing other people. I was in a church where my whole life revolved around the church. Like, I made decisions based on what the church said, what my leaders said. Um, I did not think about my future in that church in relation to like finances. I mostly thought about what could I do to please the church? What could I do to be recognized as a leader, or what could I do to bring more people in? Um, yeah, so I felt like I was just kind of like living to please the leaders of the church. And so that's my whole 20s was spent like just doing that. And also just not sleeping. I was sleep deprived. I was constantly in church, and constantly running around, either being an event for church or like evangelizing, meaning and going out there and inviting people to church. So I was going to work, going to church, and then doing it all over again. If I went to an event, it was sorry about all that noise. If I went to an event, it was basically something about church. I did see family here and there, but my family was not in my mind. It was mostly like church, 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 because I couldn't be corrupted by the world, you know? So I guess that's, you know, they kept you in church, they kept your mind in church because they didn't want you to be distracted by the world. That's what they said, you know? I don't know why I did that, but whatever. So yeah, so that was my 20s pretty much. I wasn't saving financially for the future, even though it was like um, kind of like taught or preached to be financially well off, but also I was giving my money to the church as well, and I really wasn't making that much. And also, I wasn't responsible with money either. Like, I wasn't educated in that. I was just kind of like, my main goal was to please people at church, to be honest with you. It wasn't even so much to please God. It was like pleasing people at church when I really thought about it. And even, yeah, and then I left church immediately, which was a big decision. I could go into that. I have a lot of story time, to be honest with you. I can give a lot of story time. Or I can do not give a lot of story time, but I can do a lot of story times in my church time, about church, my life in church, and then afterwards. And then immediately after leaving church, I started dating and find this guy who was amazing, was on and off for 2 years with him, and then fully on the past, I want to say 4 years, and we lived together for about 3, close to 3, and he was a very, very, very big part of my life. So we recently went through a breakup, so now I'm like starting over without him when he was such a big part of my life. So I'm like starting over in that area. So then I feel a little bit fearful of what's to come, but I'm also like optimistic, and I feel like this channel is going to keep me accountable to the things that I want to do and how I want to improve who I am. And at this point, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm tired. I'm very tired. But I'm pushing myself. I pushed myself to do this video because I've been putting it off, and for a long time, like, I just moved into a new apartment and things are like out of place. So that was like kind of keeping me from making this video. And also, like, I don't do makeup, but I was thinking about doing my makeup. Like, I just like, you know what, whatever. I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, so if you are in the same stage of life as me, or in the process of improving who you are as a person, as a woman, join me. We can do it together. Maybe we can keep each other accountable. But there are a lot of things that I want to be more consistent at. I want to be consistent at working out. I want to find a community of people that I want to spend time with. I want to find hobbies that I'm consistent with, and I want to read more. I want to learn more about different things, about like investing, learning more about the world in general, learning more about my body as a woman. There's so many things, a list of things that I want to learn and do. Ultimately, I just want to be consistent with the things that I say that I want to do. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you come back each week. I plan on posting a video every week, and I'm becoming myself, becoming somebody that I trust 1 week at a time. Peace out.